Zuar Abeda, Nasiha Abbas, Thania Abrahams, Ronalie Africa, Iman Ali, Amina Ali, Zara Ali, Phoebe Andrews, Alicia Ahrens, and Ashley Aronsa. Suad Ahmadine, Karina Austin, Mia Bat Erin Baradine, Nina Basson.
My voice is already shaking. Okay. Good afternoon to you all, teachers, parents, Dr. Wallace, and to the Matric class of 2021. On behalf of the Matric class of 2021, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to each and every single person who has assisted us on our high school journey. Thank you to our support staff who have made sure that we have clean and safe school to come back to each and every term. To Ms. McCarthy and Mr. Burrell for the constant emails you sent out to us. Mr. Burrell, I thank you especially for responding to our millions of questions with the greatest of patience. Thank you to our teachers for always believing in us, for pushing us, even on the days where we were the most doubtful, for even making us work on the last day of school. I know that one day we will understand that this was not a punishment, but rather a way to better ourselves. Thank you to Dr. Wallace for being an amazing and encouraging principal. Thank you for being a role model, a leader, for lighting up every single room you enter. And lastly, thank you to our parents. Thank you for helping guide us during this journey. Thank you for waking up on Saturday mornings and taking us to our sports games. For sticking with us even on the days where we were the most challenging, and that's most days. We love and appreciate you all. When asked as a kid what I wanted to be when I grew up, doctor, lawyer, or Oprah Winfrey would have been my answer. Yes, I said Oprah Winfrey. I mean, who wouldn't want to be her? I wanted to have these positions or be Oprah Winfrey as I viewed them being the most successful figures in our society, therefore the most important. But today I stand here in front of you saying, when I grow up, I want to be a teacher. No, Mom, I still will be studying law next year. But what I mean is, I want to have an impact on those around me. I want to educate myself whilst educating those around me. I want to be inviting at all times. I want to continuously better myself while helping others do the same. Matrics, we've all been teachers to each other this year. Some of you have taught us that in life, you truly do have to work smarter and not harder. For example, reading Spark Notes instead of 200 pages of Life of Pi the night before the content test is the way to go. Some of you, though, have also showed us that perhaps doing your homework is something you should occasionally do because getting Saturday detention isn't worth it. But you've also taught us that when you're passionate about something, you need to go out and get it. That when you believe in something, fight wholeheartedly for it, whilst respecting those around you. And you've at least taught me that in life, you can't make everyone happy. That no matter what you say or do, there will be people that will doubt you, even if the decision you make is the correct one. You've taught me to love myself and believe in myself in order to let anyone else do the same. Most importantly, you've shown that it's okay to fail and it's okay to be sad. But what's not okay is to dwell on those failures instead of moving forward. This is something to which I am very grateful for. Sadly though, the one thing we cannot truly be taught in life or prepared for is life itself. And that's because we've all been given different journeys. These past 5 years so happen to be together, but the next will not. In the next 5 years of our lives, we will encounter so many different people. Some of you, for the first time, will be taught with boys, which I must say is quite a challenge, so good luck. But with life's uncertainty being certain, please know that each and every single step you take in your journey is worth it. That some of you will experience massive storms before your rainbows, but some will have a rainbow waiting for them right off the finals, as life isn't fair. But don't let life's unfair nature get to you, as giving up is the birth of regret. What's important to know is that you are in charge of your own journey. That like in Squid Game, there will be There will be steps you take that won't be able to support the weight of your decision, and you might fall. But if you're patient and willing to wait, you will step on the correct piece of glass and reach your destination. This won't make sense if you haven't watched Squid Game. And also note that you do not need to find the happy life. You need to create it. The last message I wish to leave with you all, as your head of school, peer, but most importantly, your friend, is that I know you will all achieve what you set your minds to. Some of you will become doctors, teachers, engineers, lawyers, musicians, and some of the greatest entrepreneurs out there. Things will not come easily though. And so I ask, do not let rejection be the only reason as to why you do not try again and again and again until you succeed. And remember that sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you're being buried. But it can actually be because you've just been planted. And whenever you're down, please remember this quote. Sometimes rejection is just redirection, by Rumbidzai Chupunza. I will forever be your #1 supporter, as I'm so proud of how far each and every single one of you has come. And I love you all so, so dearly. Thank you for today and for the past 5 years. Today I do not want to say goodbye, but rather see you later. Thank you, Matric class of 2021.
And a special good afternoon to our Matric class of 2021. It does feel surreal, but we have finally come to the end of the season of our lives. It has been a pleasure getting to know all of you and seeing you grow and flourish. I want to say thank you to the parents and guardians and teachers who have guided and helped us along the way. A big thank you to our support staff who have ensured our environment was clean and safe so we could comfortably learn. But most importantly, I want to say thank you to the Matric class of 2021 for being one of the most resilient groups of people I've ever met. Thank you for enjoying and savoring every moment and opportunity life has graced us, despite the challenges and disappointments we have faced as a grade. Thank you for always finding a way to make life more interesting with your humorous and unique personalities. Thank you for getting out of bed and choosing to show up on most days and being gentle on yourself on the more grueling days. I especially thank those who consistently chose to uplift others and be their support system on days they may have needed that support the most. Thank you. I know I haven't been able to interact on a personal level with every single one of you, but I see you. No one is invisible today. I see all of you. And I'll tell you what I see, just in case you may have blind spot, but because what is inside each and every one of you is too special to be missed. As I stand before you today, I see individuals who have an immeasurable amount of potential they have not been privy to. I see individuals who will flourish and soar wherever their paths may lead them and change many lives along the way. I see leaders who will be pioneers in the world, whether in the relationships, workplace, and in their homes. I see individuals who will be challenged by obstacles in their journeys, but will continue to search for the strength to overcome them and show up every day. I know most of us are feeling overwhelmed and frustrated with the uncertainty or adversities we may be experiencing regarding writing finals and figuring out the direction of our future. And that is okay. Despite what some brave faces may be showing, we're all just trying to figure it out. So as daunting as the season may be, you can count on this truth. You're not alone, and you're not the only one feeling unsure, and scared. So when I say this, I also speak to myself too. Be gentle on yourself. You are doing the best you can with what you have. But also in the same breath, I wholeheartedly believe every single one of you has everything you need inside to make those dreams come true. So never give up on yourself. And despite what the world standards or people's commentary may make you believe, it's okay to fail. It really is okay, as Siba said. And if people call you crazy or audacious for having those big dreams, it's often because your presence and dreams challenge them to acknowledge the dreams and goals they had buried deep inside because they got rejected and invalidated too. So don't give up on yourselves. I'll always remember this conversation I had with Miss Joanna Swanson at the beginning of grade 9. I was passing by a classroom one afternoon to go to the bathroom, and she called my name. I just remember stopping in my tracks, and the spirit of fear just overcame me. I was frantically searching in my brain, reacting and retracing every single action I had done in the past 365 days of what could have possibly put me in trouble. But I couldn't find that reason at the time because I preferred keeping to myself in class and letting the confident and chatty students raise their hands and do the talking. And personally for me, and I'm sure this whole grade can agree with us, a special thank you is owed to Luana, Nina, Megan, and Siba for always taking one for the team and answering questions in class. Now I look back on that moment, besides having to fetch my long and lost history portfolio, the reason Ms. Joanna Swanson called me back was because of my passiveness and subservience was the problem at the time, and she wanted to challenge me to overcome that by letting my light shine. She shared with me this quote which has shaped me to become the woman I am today. And thank you, by the way. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We all meant to shine, as children do. We're born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And a simple act of speaking life and wisdom into me liberated me. And in the same token, I wanted to make sure every single one of you was liberated before I have to let you go. Inside each and every one of you is a light. And beyond these walls, there are rooms and people waiting for you to light up their world. You are still going to be for somebody, someone that they never imagined they would need, but can never live without. And a special thank you to Weinberg for introducing me to my best friend, Kezia. But to end off, your presence matters and always will. So keep pressing forward and maneuvering through this journey because the world is waiting on you. We are waiting to see the royal you. And as my last duty as the designated mother of this grade, don't go losing your momentum. We are not finished. I repeat, we are not finished. 1, 2, 3 over. Abort the mission of binging on Netflix and rewatching the same WhatsApp statuses. Please study. This is just an ad break. We have a lot of work to do. I believe in all of you. Good luck. I love you and thank you.
Rebecca Beardwood, Isabella Bugling, Jodie Biddlecombe, Hannah Bleekers, Tanya Blumstein, Madison Blurs, Karen Bock, Leah Brown, Anika Carlser, Jade Carlos, Jessica Carter, Amal Series, Margarita Charito, and Ashley Chipunza, Nikki Chisholm, Tandy Collet, Kayla Conrad, Clarice Conradi, Lisa Constant, Kanyasile Kotani, Dana Damata, Hannah Daniels, Akila Davids, and Gemma Dawson, Andrea DeCock, Amber DeVitt, Amisha Dyer, Anika Dix, Julia Demopoulos, Summer Drayden, Athra DeToy, Kristen Dyers, Michaela Edwards, and Taylor February. Jordan Ferrier, Alexandra Fagaji, Claire Fisher, Jamie Fisher, Kezia Flores, Lauren Fox, Salma Francis Adams, Gemma France, Abby Fraser, and Megan Frost. Zoe Gabriel, Rabia Gaby, Taylor Gassett, Jamie Khilant, Caitlin Goodwin, Anushka Gopal, Lene Hagan, Amber Halls, Catherine Hamin, and Emma Harris, Akila Hassan, Rachel Heath, Gida Hendricks, Nuha Hendricks, Emma Herbert, Kira Hoffmeyer, Taylor Holdsworth, Gemma Hoskins, Melissa Howell, and Mia Isaacs. Noel Isaacs, Danielle Jacobs, Courtney Joshua, Bernadetta Cabot-Block, Eunice Cantu, Sadie Kennedy, Safia Khan, Yusra Khan, Kira Kirsten, and Isabel Knoop. Zoe Curries, Amara Creel, Kira Lautz, Mila Lautz, Katie Lagrange, Anna Lee, Naledi Lehoke, Daniela Lepan, Imogen Lewin, and Luana Lima, Imra Lodovec, Jamie Lodovec, Leah Lombard, Megan Lowe, Asanele Makliva, Nomvelo Majola, Asanda Menashe, Iseko Mangesana, Jesse Manchon, Okuchle Bakubo, Jael Mbai, Sharoni Mbekeni, Kelly McCelm, Rachel McIntyre, Samantha McMaster, Kaylin Mehring, Linda Mene, Liemen Mhe, Ashley Mingo, Nazira Modak.
This afternoon is our last opportunity to present Colours Awards in our 4 pillars to the grade 12s of 2021. Obviously, the COVID pandemic has curtailed activities in some of the pillars, and so we will, by necessity, have fewer awards in those pillars. And the cultural and particularly the sports pillar have been hardest hit in that regard. I'll start off with the Academic Colours Awards. This is one of the pillars where the number of awards is not reduced. In fact, we have slightly more awards than in most years. So I'll just repeat what Ms. McCarthy said at prize giving yesterday. It bodes well for the end of year results. No pressure, grade 12s. Please note that whereas the prize giving awards yesterday were based on year marks, our Colours Awards are always calculated on your term 3, in other words, your September marks. So I'm going to start with the Half Colours Awards in the academic pillar. New awards of Half Colours go to Nina Basson, Akila Davids, Michaela Edwards, Chloe Naidu, Carla Reinecker, Iman Sali, Megan Speedy, and Erin van Rooyen. Thank you. Our next group is re-awards of Half Colours, and those go to Ronali Africa, Iman Ali, Karina Austin, Jade Carlos, Summer Drayden, Gemma Hoskins, Caitlin Pierce, Kyla Peters, and Lee Philander. Thank you. We now have 4 new awards of full colours, and those go to Kanyisile Kotani, Kezia Flores, Taylor Gassett, and Eunice Cantu. I have quite a long list of re-awards of full colours. That's not meant as an apology, but congratulations to the following: Zara Ali, Erin Burradin, Leah Brown, Margarita Charitu, Lene Hagen, Emma Harris, Kira Hoffmeyer, Sadie Kennedy, Jamie Lodovec, Swandle Mwezo, Buyisile Nkobelani, Kaylin O'Kelly, Iman Parker, Shazia Parker, Anastasia Peterson, Emma Press, Suad Price, Ashley Stevens, Emma van der Berg, and Happiness Walter. Then I have 2 final awards. The highest award we are able to award at school is what we call Protea Colours in the academic pillar. The way that you do this is you achieve distinctions in each one of your subjects, so that's 7 subjects. We have 1 new award of Protea Colours, which goes to Ashley Mingo. And I can just mention, as I said earlier, you need 7 distinctions. Ashley does marine sciences as an extra subject. She's part of the first ever matric class in that, and she achieved 8 distinctions. And finally, we have a re-award of Protea Colours, which goes to Jenna Rycliffe. It's not often that a learner does this twice, and as you know, she was our top grade 12 at prize giving yesterday. Congratulations to all of you.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the colours for the cultural pillar. Please could the following learners make their way forward. Asanda Manashe, Jada Paulser, Karen Bach, Amisha Dyer, Hannah Daniels, Lee Philander, and Iman Saleh. Full colours for debating is Asanda. For dance, Jada Paulser, full colours. And then for music, full colours, Karen Bach, Hannah Daniels, Lee Philander, and Iman Saleh. Well done to these learners.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the service colours for 2021. The following learners have been awarded half colours: Amber DeVette, Danielle Jacobs, Kira Lautz, Daniela Lapan, Zakia Sali, Megan Speedy, and Ashley Stevens. The following learners receive full colours for service: Summer Dryden, Sadie Kennedy, Jamie Ludovic, Hannah Moses, Jenna Morgan Maton, Iman Parker, Leila Rahman, Emily Tabiner, and Sibatokwe. Congratulations to our full colour recipients.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the following sport award. A re-award in full colours for hockey goes to Amal Series.
I now call upon the Ubuntu Choir. Masada, Hannah Moses, Jenna Morgan Miton, Ashley Moyes, Lunati Mpono, Swandle Mwezo, Chloe Naidu, Jordan Naidu, Remy Norman, and Buyasile Mkobalani, Helena Kelly, Iman Parker, Mishka Parker, Shazia Parker. Jada Paulser, Caitlin Pierce, Kyla Peters, Anastasia Peterson, Leah Philander, and Leila Pillay. Zoe Plato, Emma Press, Suad Price, Leila Rahman, Michaela Reeks, Carla Renica. Jenna Rycliffe, Nabila Safadine, Iman Sali, and Zakia Sali. Courtney Sussman, Lauren Schuler, Taboko Simanga, Savannah Solomon, Megan Speedy, Gabriella Spriggs, Samantha Springorum, Sarah Stanford, Courtney Sternfeld, and Ashley Stevens. Akukle Stofile, Emily Tabiner, Laika Tazrit, Erin Thornhill, Siba Tokwe. Ashley Turner, Gita Urian, Rebecca van Bredar, Emma van den Berg, and Chelsea van der Ross. Robin van Kraan, Tiero van Niekerk, Catherine van Nieuwenhuizen, Good afternoon, parents and guardians, members of staff, and of course our very special guests, the Matric class of 2021. It is both my privilege and pleasure to have this opportunity to share a few thoughts with you on this auspicious occasion that marks the end of 12 years of formal schooling for most of you sitting here in front of us. In chatting to some of you over the past few days, it is clear that for many there is a sense of disbelief that this day has finally arrived. Where did all the years go to? At the same time, that they might have felt long, but now you're realizing that you blinked, and here you are. In reflecting on the significance of today, and as you as a grade, I found myself thinking back to your leadership camp last year. Like you, the only leadership camp that I've ever experienced at Weinberg Girls High School. I was so deeply impressed by our discussion about leadership and what it means to you, and the questions you asked. This short time together gave me so much insight into who you are as individuals and as a grade. Your fierce intellect, your willingness to engage and grapple with life's big questions, and your desire to contribute and make a difference. All of this we have seen come to fruition in your matric year. But there was one particular moment that might sound simple or even trivial to others, but that made a deep impression on me and that I've recounted to friends outside of school on many occasions, as it filled me with a sense that 2021 was going to be a good year. It was after our morning workshop, and we'd gathered in the dining room area at Rocklands. Lunch was announced, and then, without any fuss, you started to line up and patiently waited your turn to be served. Wow. I told you that this might seem silly, but for me this showed your respect towards one another and your awareness that each of you is a part of something far greater than yourselves. And yet at the same time, as we so wonderfully witnessed at the Matric celebration, you are all individuals in your own right with your unique sense of style and taste. This beautiful combination of the respect and support you have for one another in your grade and as a community, and your demonstrated ease with expressing who you are as individuals, has made you a very special matric year indeed, and as a school, we celebrate you. It's customary on an occasion of this nature to provide you with some guiding principles to take forward into the next phase of your lives, life hacks as it were in the language of social media. I certainly don't profess to have all the answers to life's big questions, but I'd like to share with you some of the things that I've learned thus far on my own journey through life, some of which I hope might resonate with you. Firstly, allow yourself to fall in love as often as possible, truly, madly, and deeply. Fall in love every single day if possible with life, adventure, the unknown, your passion, and perhaps, for some if you so choose, with the same person over and over again. While doing so, however, don't lose sight of yourself, the essence of who you are. None of you need to settle for second best, and if you remain true to yourself, this will never need to be so. Secondly, surround yourself with people who enhance and celebrate your strengths, those who make your life more interesting in a positive sense, and who are kind and worthy of your trust. In a recent book review on the radio, the presenter spoke about a novel in which the chief protagonist lives by the following principle: you are the average of the 5 people with whom you are closest to and spend the most time. While I cannot recall the name of the book, I've thought about this notion a great deal over the past few months. You are the average of the 5 people with whom you are closest to and spend the most time. Without approaching this concept of average in deficit terms, grade 12s, I encourage you to think carefully about who you hold dear and choose to spend time with on your life's journey, as they will be a reflection of who you are and who you aspire to be. Thirdly, look after your spine. It's the only one you have. In fact, for that matter, look after your whole body and your health. You might not realize it now, but it's one of your most precious assets. Likewise, take care of your mental health and well-being. In this fast-paced, ever-present world in which we live, intentionally invest in activities that help you to put down your device, to pause and to breathe. Appreciate the beauty of the natural world that surrounds us and take the time to wonder in the miracles of life. Next, always remain curious. Never stop asking questions and striving to learn. There is so much out there to explore, questions to ask and answers to try to find. On my life's journey, I'm constantly reminded of the truth of the following simple statement: the more you know, the less you know. Always remain curious and be filled with a sense of wonder about the world, and don't be satisfied with skimming across the surface of knowledge. Instead, be prepared to dive deeply into that which is perhaps still unknown. Melinda Gates, in her book about how empowering women changes the world, quotes a friend who asked the following question: what do you now know in a deeper way than you knew it before? As she points out, this question honors how we learn and grow. Wisdom isn't about accumulating more facts, it's about understanding big truths in a deeper way. My fifth point is travel, travel, and travel some more. As often and as far and as wide as you can. Yes, this might be a little bit more difficult than it was to do a few years ago, but it's not always going to be this way. Traveling, like reading, can be dangerously revolutionary. It can broaden your outlook, ignite your imagination, expose you to new ideas and experiences, and that ensures that upon your return, you will never ever view things that were once familiar in quite the same way again. So, Weinberg Matrics of 2021, go and get your jab, dust off your backpack, arm yourself with a notebook and pen in which to capture and process your thoughts. Grab a poetry book or two, not just the spark notes, to feed your soul along the way, and head off to explore this extraordinary world that we live in. And don't just go to places for the sake of saying you've been or to take the inevitable selfie. Instead, be present in that moment. Draw up a bucket list based upon lived experiences, such as screaming at the top of your lungs from the highest peak in Africa, swimming with dolphins in the crystal blue Caribbean Sea, or finding your inner small voice of peace in an ashram in the Himalayas. This brings me to my final point, grade 12s, the Weinberg Girls Matric class of 2021. My wish for you is for you to make a conscious decision to adopt an attitude of dogged optimism and faith in the future. This is what Barack Obama refers to as possessing an audacity of hope. An audacity of hope. Let's face it, the world that my generation and others before are handing into your care is not in the greatest shape right now. We've messed it up in more ways than we could ever begin to define. Audacity is a willingness or confidence to take bold risks. An audacity of hope is to dare to dream of a better future, and then to have the courage to equip yourselves with what is needed to make these visions come true. When I address the parents and guardians of incoming grade 8s, I always make reference to the fact that as a high school, we only have 5 short years to walk this path of growth with you. But what an incredible 5 years this is. The person who enters into high school is, in many respects, still a child. Even if at the time you might look at them, even if at the time you might think that you know it all. The person who is now leaving us, sitting opposite you, is a young adult, ready to stand on their own 2 feet and find their place in this world. An extraordinary transformation in such a short space of time. Grade 12s, I am supremely confident that you are ready to launch, filled with an audacity of hope, and I for one cannot wait to witness your journey and the positive impact that you're going to have on our country and our world. As today marks a traditional rite of passage, I'm going to end with the traditional famous Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you, may the wind always be at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of their hand. Go well, grade 12, class of 2021. Kristen van Renen, Erin van Rooyen, Danielle van Veek, Chloe van Sale, Zanelle Vermeulen, Zoe Vermeulen, and Mira Burgess. Gina Walker, Siobhan Walker, Happiness Walter, Jessica Ward, Hayley Wenzel, Erin White, Jessica Witten, Megan Vormerans, and last but certainly not least, Umange Theko.